I'm Staff Sergeant Stevenson, speaking for 1st Platoon. I first met Sergeant First Class Wood the day I met everyone else in Bravo Battery, and that was the first day of our deployment. Sergeant First Class Wood impressed me as being a soldier's soldier, a sergeant that would do anything for any soldier. If it was in his means, he could get it done. Sergeant First Class Wood is one of those soldiers that everybody wanted to know. He lived by the Army values. If you look at the Army acronym for Army values, it spells out leadership, LDR, SHIP. But since moving to Utah, I learned to memorize Army values in a new way in the state that I was now living in. LDS, our hit. He may not have been LDS, but he was most certainly hit. And regardless of how you spell it, Sergeant First Class Wood was all about leadership. Loyalty. He was loyal to the United States Constitution by defending it in faraway lands. He was loyal to the Army by initially enlisting and making it a career choice. He was loyal to the unit and the soldiers. You will not find a more dedicated person that was willing to risk everything to help a fellow soldier. Duty. He performed his duty above and beyond the call. Respect. There was never a question about his respect for others. He treated you like you wanted to be treated, respectfully. Selfless service. Sergeant First Class Wood continued his duties even during emergency leave. Because I was an interstate transfer from California, he personally worked countless hours during this time tracking down paperwork that I needed for an EPS packet. How many other soldiers do you know that would take the time out during emergency leave to help out a fellow soldier that he barely knew? How about details? He was always there during details. As an E7, you are a manager. Sergeant First Class Woods was both a manager and a worker. He never shied away from manual labor. Honor. He lived the Army values, no questions asked. Integrity. Sergeant First Class Woods always did what was right, even at the possible jeopardy of his own career. He valued the Army and what it stood for. He believed in the Army and the Army values. If one could live his life by the Army values, then one can enrich his life tenfold. Personal courage. Personal courage was never in question. Every time he rolled out the gates, he showed his courage. Sergeant First Class Wood didn't fear dying. He feared failing his soldiers. And on July 16, 2005, he showed us all his personal courage for the last time. Sergeant First Class Ronald Tanner Wood will be missed by the boys of Bravo Battery, most certainly his family, and then his friends. For those of us that knew him, our lives have been enriched by his presence. And for those of you who didn't know him, you have missed out on knowing a great soldier and an outstanding human being.
My name is Specialist Hill. I'll start by saying Sergeant First Class Ronald Wood was the finest NCO I've ever worked with. At the end of the day, he was my lifting buddy and friend. He pushed me not only in the gym, but in the field and everyday life. For every question, he had an answer. For every negative, he had the positive. Sergeant Wood was always there for anyone that needed help. On the 16th of July, 2005, at 15:45, I needed help. I know God, Sergeant Wood stayed with all of us that day was through because would always put his men and mission first. He helped pull the doors off the Humvee. He helped me stay strong medically. Now I know Jesus. Sometimes I find myself asking why. The only answer is Jesus wanted to start Wood in heaven with me. Now I know Jesus is one of the best lifting buddies. I'll never forget Sergeant Wood. It's the impact on my life. It lasts as long as I have air in my lungs. He's a hero to me. sacrifice is filled with honor because Sergeant First Class Wood was a soldier for freedom.
Sergeant First Class Wood could be described using a few words like powerful, energetic, intelligent, determined, and bigger than life. Every time, in every conversation, and every task that Ron participated in, it could be described by using these words. It was impossible to be around Ron and not be affected by the strength and energy that surrounded him. I had the opportunity to work with Ron as a fellow AGR. Not just as an AGR, me and Ron deployed before this deployment. During that deployment, Ron was just as positive and eager to do everything as he was on our second deployment. While on our first and second deployment, I was able to witness the positive effects that Ron instilled on every soldier that he came in contact with. The warrior ethos was written about a soldier, like Sergeant First Class Ronald Tanner Wood. It's easy to see that Ron lived by the warrior ethos. He always placed his mission first, despite any personal crisis that he was experiencing. Ron's attention to detail and commitment to excellence would never allow him to accept defeat. The lasting impact Ron has on all of us is that we will always be a bulldog. I have never been more proud of a soldier in my 22 years in service. I have been with multiple units through my 22 years of service, from places like the 82nd, 2nd ACR, and all of those units, including the 116th BCT, as outstanding soldiers. But if anybody knows Sergeant First Class Ronald Wood, he was the very best soldier I ever met in my whole life. Sergeant Wood was my personal friend at home. Every day that we were at the Armory, he had nothing but positive things to say about everybody. Soldiers that weren't even in our unit would come to Sergeant Wood and ask if he could help them be put into HRs or try to get promoted. Sergeant Wood didn't care what unit or who he was. All he seen was a fellow soldier. He did everything in his power to make sure that soldier was taken care of. That's what I want everybody to leave here with today, is knowing that Sergeant Wood has gone on to a better place, and he has taught and touched every soldier in the 116th BCT and every soldier in the military with the things that he has done. I hope everybody here takes one little piece of what Sergeant Wood has taught them and pass it on to somebody else, because we will never forget Sergeant First Class Ronald Tanner Wood.
Imagine, if you will, a starry night in southwestern Oklahoma, just after the Civil War. Nestled in the shadows of the Wichita Mountains is a battery of smooth-bore cannons camped for the night. As the campfire dims and the flasks of rum and lemon empty, conversation turns to the life and the hereafter. A rugged old chief of section is surprised to learn that not all present have heard of the special destiny for Red Lakes. As the young cannoneers listen intently, he shares with them the legend of Fiddler's Green. The chief of section explains that the souls of all departed eventually end up in heaven or hell. Heaven lies about 6 miles down the dusty road to eternity, and Red Lakes get there by turning left at the crossroads. From that same junction, hell is about 8 or 9 miles straight ahead. The road is easy to identify. It is the one paved with good intentions. A little way down the road to hell, there is a sign pointing to a trail that turns off to the right of the main road. It reads, Fiddler's Green, artillerymen only. He then teaches them the following poem. Halfway down the trail to hell, in a shady meadow green, are the souls of many departed Red Lakes, camped near a good old time canteen. It is known as Fiddler's Green. Marching past, straight to hell, the infantry are seen, accompanied by the engineers, cavalry, and marines. For none of the shades of artillerymen dismount at Fiddler's Green. The weathers must go down the trail to seek a warmer place. No Red Lake ever goes to hell ere he empties his canteen, and so returns to drink again with friends at Fiddler's Green. And so when man, caisson, and leper go down beneath a blast so keen, a roaring charge, a fierce melee, you stop a bullet clean, and hostile come to get your gun. Just empty your canteen. Pull the lanyard one more time and go to Fiddler's Green. The campfire dies out. The Red Lakes goes off to sleep, knowing that Fiddler Green awaits them all and their cannon-cocking brethren in the life hereafter. Save us a spot. Start first class vote.
I didn't know him as well as some of the others, but what I did know of him, he's the kind of soldier that you grow up as a little boy
wanting to be a hero. The guys that you see on commercials running with guns, he was that kind of soldier to me. If I were to go into anything, to follow anyone into any kind of danger, it would have been him. And to be there, to watch him take his last breath, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I just want to say thank you, everybody, for all of you who've come to see me. You don't know how much it means to see your guys' faces every day, the support that you give me. It's been a hard time to come that close to death and to make it out alive, but not with everyone by my side. It's been hard to lose Sergeant Wood. It's hard. I don't know how it happened. I don't understand why it was him. Sometimes I feel that he was a better man. I haven't always been the best